To question 8 of the impact of social media and refers to paragraph 2. Question 8 says, in paragraph 2, the phrase shapes cultural norms means A. Literally molds cultural practices. B. Influences and alters societal behaviors. C. Destroys traditional cultural values. Or D. Observes and reports on cultural trends. So we know from the question that it gives us a clue and shows us that this is a metaphor. And what we know of a metaphor is that it is a figure of speech, the opposite of literal. Therefore, if we look at option A, which says literally molds cultural practices, we can immediately go ahead, even before reading the sentence or the paragraph, and eliminate option A, because it's the opposite of figurative or the metaphor that we are looking at. So let's look directly at the sentence that this phrase is in. The sentence reads, as a result, users are constantly bombarded with targeted advertising and content that encourages consumerism and shapes cultural norms. So what the sentence is telling us that targeted advertising and content shapes cultural norms, and another word for shape is to make, create, fashion, or mold. Therefore, it has an influence and on cultural norms and has the ability to change them, impact them, etc. So knowing this, let's have another look at the options. So option B says the phrase shapes cultural norms means influences and alters societal behaviors, which is definitely an option because, as we've discussed, targeted advertising and content makes, creates, fashions, molds cultural norms, or has an effect on or impacts on cultural norms. So B is definitely an option. C says destroys cultural values. So we can go ahead and eliminate this because it doesn't say anything about destroying or eroding traditional or cultural values that are already there. It's just saying that it has an impact on cultural norms. It doesn't say whether it is negative or positive, or whether it is currently destroying rather what is currently there, or destroying traditional values that are already there. And D says observes and reports on cultural trends. We can go ahead and eliminate D, as the shapes cultural norms doesn't mean observing and reporting on cultural trends. It does not have any mention of observing and reporting on cultural trends. Therefore, the correct answer is B. The phrase shapes cultural norms means that it influences and alters societal behavior.